Yo YouTube, what's up? It's Triple P. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the 6-part series where I talk about the big 7 types of geocaches. In this particular video, guys, we're diving into multi-caches and traditionals. Let's check them out together. Here we go. Alright guys, so there are 3 different types of multi-caches that you're traditionally going to encounter when you're out geocaching. The first one is a straightforward multi where the coordinates are actually in the container at stage number 1, and then they lead you to stage number 2. The next type is a projection multi-cache, and the third and final type is what's known as a field puzzle. Let's take a look at all 3 of them together. Alright guys, so let's take a look at the traditional multi. So right here I have a multi-cache pulled up, and you're going to read the cache page, and it just tells you right here that stage 1 is a container with coordinates and the hints to the final. So you might be asking, well, how do I get to stage 1? You go right up here to the posted coordinates at the top of the page, and that's where you're going to start your adventure. So when you get to this particular spot using your GPS, you're going to look for a container. In this case, it would be a small container, and inside of it will be a second set of coordinates that you're going to need to put in your GPS or your phone in order to proceed to the next stage. Let's look at the second type of multi-cache that you could encounter when you're out geocaching, and that's what's known as a projection geocache. So in this particular case, again, you're going to start at the posted coordinates, which are stage 1. When you get there, you're going to read the cache page, and for this cache, you need to travel 45 feet at 47 degrees. So in order to project a waypoint, you're going to need to use your GPS. You're going to need to mark the spot where you're currently at. Then you're going to need to project it. You're going to type in 45 feet. You're going to type in 47 degrees. Using your GPS, you're going to save it, and we'll add that point to you, and then you're going to pull it up on your GPS, and you're going to walk to the point where it has marked. When you're doing projections, you want to be very careful because sometimes they could be off by a few feet depending on where you're standing and where you took the reading from. Okay guys, let's take a look at the third and final type of multi-cache that you could encounter when you're out geocaching. This is what's known as a field puzzle. And in a field puzzle, you want to pay attention to the cache page. You need to start at stage 1, which is the posted coordinates. But the cache page right here tells you that it is not at the listed coordinates. There's a trail post there. When you get to the listed coordinates, you need to look at the post and find the numbers A, B. All right. Once you get A, B, you're going to figure out what Z and Y are. Once you have those numbers, Z and Y, you'll plug them into the formula down here. So 3909 6Y0 843504Z. You'll plug those numbers in, Y and Z, into where they need to go, and that is where your cache is going to be located at. So again, it's not located at the stage 1, it's located at these coordinates down here once you have figured out what Z and what Y are. Also, another thing to really pay attention to is the checksum. That's right here. This checksum basically tells you that you have the right numbers for A and B, and it tells you that A plus B is 5. So A could be 4, B could be 1. A could be 1, B could be 4. A could be 3, B could be 2. A could be 2, B could be 3. Those are the combinations that it could possibly be in order to get 5 as your checksum. It's important to pay attention to the checksum because it gives you confidence to know that you did it correctly before you proceed to the final location. Alright guys, bonus information that you should know about multi-caches. The first one is that there is no limitation to the number of stages a multi-cache can have. It could have 2, it could have 150. Another really important piece of information to know is that the stages can be any distance apart from each other. For example, I did a multi-cache where we went to the first stage, I got the coordinates, and the final stage was 20 miles away. The third thing to know is that some stages might be what's known as virtual stages, where you go there and there's not a container, there's nothing there, you're looking at a signpost. A physical stage, then it means there's a container there, there's a piece of paper there, there's something there that tells you where you need to proceed in order to continue on in your quest to finding the multi-cache. Alright guys, let's dive into traditional caches. Here we go, let's check one out together. Traditional cache is at the posted coordinates. I think the biggest thing to know is to look at the difficulty and terrain combination at the top of the page. If it's a 1.5, 1.5, it should be fairly easy. If it's like a 4 or higher, it's going to be pretty challenging. Then look at the terrain. The terrain basically just tells you if it's hilly or not. This particular cache is a park and grab, so you just pull right up, you look for it, you find it, you sign it, and you put it back. There's not really more to say about traditional caches. If you have questions about them or you're still unsure, just leave me a comment below and I can clear up any questions you might have. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up part 5 of the 6-part series on the 7 types of geocaches. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm currently uploading on Thursdays and Sundays, so check back frequently. And I'll see you guys out on the trail. Have a good one.